Good afternoon, everybody, or good morning, wherever you are. Thank you very much for joining us today. It has been a long time to introduce ourselves and have our courses done again. Yeah, it is wonderful to be here once more. It is interesting that for the past 3 or 4 months, we have not held any active courses due to the increase in the pandemic, and then many institutions, places have been shut down, and then also we have to allow our staff to take some rest in order to protect themselves and also to protect our clientele. So we have suspended a few of our training programs for a while. However, we've been working at the background to improve our courses and then in order to deliver better program to you when we resume. So today, I just want to share with you something brief. We are going to look at introduction to microfinance. That is a topic that I want us to look at today. As you are all aware, our key strength lies in delivering microfinance and finance courses around the world. We are not limited to geographical area. We covered our courses in various countries, run a training program for both local and international institutions. And then it is interesting to share with you what our introduction to microfinance course is all about. So today we will look at our content, table of content. So what we are going to talk about is the introduction of Silverman Financial Literacy Institute. Then we will introduce to you the facilitator. Then we will look at our publications, the objective of the course, which is under description. We will look briefly at the concept of microfinance. Then we'll give you a general overview of our courses. Okay, so let's move ahead and have introduction to Silverman Financial Literacy Institute. As most of you might have participated in our courses before, we have our vision to enhance financial literacy and human capacity development with contemporary mixed learning mode, which means that we combine both classroom and also online teaching as part of our strategy. Our vision and is linked also to our mission. So our mission is to reach every enthusiastic learner with financial, personal, and business education customized to the needs of individuals and institutions in efficient manner. What is our core value? Trust, innovation, leadership, and continuous learning. And what is our history? Silverman Financial Literacy Institute was born out of the passion of dissemination of useful business knowledge over the past 10 years. This led to the publication of various educational material, books, and journals in the areas of personal finance, business finance, microfinance, and spiritual development. Out of this, Secrets Silverman Company, a licensed publisher, was born. So we have a licensed publishing company which produces our books. This serves as the foundation for the Silverman Financial Literacy to be established. So Silverman Financial Literacy Institute is a Catholic microfinance, finance, accounting, and personal development institute dedicated to both offline and online study to our cherished learners around the globe. Okay. Now, what about the facilitator today? So, my name is Siegfried Kofi Badago, as most of you might have known me already. And Siegfried was awarded in April 2020 by Global Banking and Finance Review as the non-banking institutional CFO of the year in Myanmar. He is a fellow of ACCA with 2 master's degree and 1 MBA and 1 MSc. And he has spent over 18 years varied experience in management consultancy, microfinance, financial management, and accounting system setup that span various countries, including Ghana, Sierra Leone, Ethiopia, Egypt, Zambia, Malawi, Myanmar, and the USA. And Siegfried is also a gifted a writer and author of many books, including Microfinance Textbook, which is ranked as one of the top microfinance textbooks on Amazon. He led major financial transactions, due diligence process, and funding management for large financial institutions. So this is the one who is speaking to you. So let's look at the publications, the books that we have. So we have these 4 books which are in issue, and then there are other books that are in pipeline to be published soon. So we have the 18 Laws of Personal Development, the Permanent Wealth, the Microfinance Textbook, and then the Embattled Earth. Okay, so these are the books that we have. Now, what is the objective of the course that we are talking about today, which is the Introduction to Microfinance? The course is an introduction to the entry-level management and senior officer levels for microfinance employees and new students who wishes to broaden their knowledge in the field. The course entails the following. So the fundamentals of microfinance and legal settings of microfinance. That's the first thing that we will look at. This course shall prepare the participant for the certificate stage of the microfinance course and identifies the opportunities in the market in Myanmar and around the world. And this skill shall help participants to gain a strong foundation for the diploma course in microfinance. So it's like a starting point where we build on in order to achieve greater things. Okay. Now, so let's look at the modules in this course. So module 1, we shall talk about the history and current development of microfinance. So in this, we shall look at the history and development of microfinance. Where does microfinance come from anyway? And then the microcredit and microfinance. There is a difference between the two. We will look at the credit management and credit risk, application of technology. Then we will look at the microfinance terminologies. In module 2, we'll look at the legal and regulatory framework. With this, the details are the capital requirement of MFIs, the interest, fees, and charges to the clients, the regulatory ratios, and financial reporting. Okay, and in module 3, we shall be looking at the differences between banks and microfinance institutions. What are the main differences? Banks and other financial institutions, microfinance institutions, similarities and differences. Then we will look at the skill sets and caliber of employees. That is the type of staff that are needed for the microfinance sector. Then we shall be looking at the module 4, opportunities in the MFI sector. So job opportunities in the MFI sector, career advancement in the MFI sector, knowledge acquisition, and then networking and relationship building. So these are the 4 models of this course, which can be taken over 1 month, 1 week for one model, 1 week for one model. That is how the course is built. Okay. So let's look at the concept of microfinance. So microfinance, as we all know, is called microcredit. That's another term that has been used, but we know there are differences, which we will show later on when we start running the course. It's a type of banking service provided to the unemployed or low-income individuals or groups who otherwise will have no other access to financial services. You see? So that is one definition. And then another one is that microfinance is a source of financial services to entrepreneurs and small businesses lacking access to banking and related services. The 2 main mechanisms for the delivery of financial services to such clients are: 1, relationship-based banking for individuals, entrepreneurs, and small businesses, and 2, group-based models, where several entrepreneurs come together to apply for loans and other services as a group. In actual fact, this group is also called the Grameen model. Grameen means village, which comes from Bangladesh, the birthplace of microfinance. This we shall be looking at in detail when we start the course. So let's look at how microfinance also breaks the cycle of poverty. Okay, we will be looking at how we can use microfinance to break. So if you check over here, the family is in poverty. Okay, then the child grows in poverty as a result. Okay, the child has been born into poverty, and then the child is unable to go or complete education or complete the school. The child ends up maybe as a dropout, was not able to complete his or her course. Then what happens next? The child struggles to get a job or to get any meaningful income. Okay? Then what happens? It fails to escape poverty cycle. The child is not able, the child who has now become an adult is not able to escape the cycle of poverty. Then the child also started having family. He's not an adult, started having family, and then it goes into the family in poverty again. So it's like what we call the vicious cycle of poverty. That's how it looks like. Now let's look at how microfinance comes in and then how it is able to break that chain. Okay, so let's come here. So poor parents, we have the poor parents, then a child born into poverty. Oh, then could not enter into school as like the previous cycle, and then grow into adult poor parents. The child who was born into poor family grows to become uh, poor parents because they started having family, having children, and the rest. Then what happened along the line? These young adults who have started doing something like that, farming or businesses, microfinance comes in. So assisted with microfinance services. So the person has now been offered some microfinance services. Then what happened? Income from business breaks cycle. That is, the person was being offered a little assistance. Then within a short time, he is able to work, pay back the loan, retain some little income like savings and putting savings down, and then being able to send the children to school, the children are also growing to become somebody, then the line or that cycle of poverty is broken. And therefore the children of this family are now able to enjoy at least a little bit of a reprieve in their life cycle. And this is how microfinance comes in. And so microfinance is fully supported by World Bank and all developmental organizations like NGOs and the rest comes in to support it and to make it work. And therefore, it is one of the tools that is used by the World Bank, the UNDP, and all the other UN analogous institutions to help fight poverty, using the microfinance to fight poverty around the world. Okay, so that is what we want to look at. Yeah, so we will proceed to our. Sorry, let's look at. Okay. Okay, so let's move to the next stage of our work. Yeah, let's look now at the models, the various courses that we have lined up, and our main courses, and then the models that they contain. We have run the first course for several times, Finance for Non-Finance Managers. It also has 4 models, a very popular course that we have done. We also have a number of publications, including even one of the best print media has picked up on our story, and it was well publicized. So we look at the module 1, we look at the fundamentals of accounting and finance. Module 2, 3 important financial statements. Then module 3, interpretation of financial statements. Then module 4, accounting and financial controls. Then introduction to microfinance is number 2, which we have just looked at in the previous slide. Okay. And then we have the certificate in microfinance. Certificate in microfinance. So we have the fundamentals of microfinance again, but there are additions over here. Then we have accounting and financial reporting. Then human resources and staff development. That will be module 3. And then module 4, communication skills. We teach about communication skills, how this is the certificate course, and therefore it's giving you the enhancement of service, just to give you more information on how you can enhance your skills and improve upon yourself. Okay, and then you are getting into the managerial level, and therefore your communication skills needs to be improved. Then we have the diploma in microfinance. So the diploma is the highest point, whereby this is you are going to learn more advanced things in the microfinance. So the module 1 of diploma in microfinance is technical knowledge in microfinance. Then there are a number of things that comes under this topic in the modules. Okay. Then module 2, accounting and financial reporting. Then we have module 3, human resources and staff development. Then we have the number 4, self-performance, social performance management. Social performance management is a very common area now in the microfinance. Social performance management helps us to identify how were the client's situation, and then after they have been given the loan facility, how have their situation improved. There are some benchmarks that are used in measurements, and then a number of reports are done in this area. Then model 5, we will look at funding strategy. How will you be able to get funding for your microfinance institution? This is more or less like a finance side for those who benefit from the diploma in microfinance. Yeah, so on the last slide, we have our services. So mixed mode, online, offline training, facilitation of financial seminars and workshops for groups and associations and institutions. Number 2 is strategic planning, budgeting, funding proposal, and business plans. Number 3, sourcing of finance for individuals and institutions. And then we have counseling on marriage and stress management. These are the courses that we run, and then which helps a number of our clients, and they are worth handling some business development like number 2, and then number 3, strategic planning, budgeting, funding proposal, and business. But these are the business development side and the consultancies that we do. And so to find us, our office used to be in the level 600 in the Ledan Center, but because of the COVID, we have for a meantime been operating from home until such time that things have been normalized. Then we will come back. You can reach us on this phone number, which is on WhatsApp or also Viber. You can also check our website, secretsilverman.com, secretsilverman.com, or you can also check our Amazon page and see the number of books that we have and how you can get them. Thank you very much for listening to us. We hope that you will join us soon to participate in our courses. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.
Well done.